Let's do it. Cool. So, hello everyone. Rohan Dhawan here, founder of Uability, and today, I have a special guest, Vineet Kumar, who has accomplished some amazing results. And just before we get into that, Vineet, how are you doing, brother? If you can just let everyone know a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background, that'll be very helpful.
I'm Vineet. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm 28 years old. I live with my parents, and I've been a managing partner at an architecture firm before.
Mm-hmm.
So I've managed a whole firm, and I thought I would trade time for dollars. So I had that skill of managing the whole firm. I knew the operations. I knew the ins and outs of it. So I thought I'll bundle it up and create a business course where people who are starting off, or maybe who are small firms, maybe 2 to 5 year old, having 0 to 5 staff, and working hard to get new projects, and they don't really have the skills to grow, but they have design skills but not the business skills. So I'm teaching them the business skills that are required, the operational procedures, the organization design, how do you deliver projects, what kind of contracts do you need, and everything related to an architecture firm. I also teach them how to market themselves
Mm-hmm.
at a minor level, not a major level, which I'm still learning, to market.
Hmm.
That's all about me. So that's what I do as a business coach. I help small firm architects 10x their profits.
Awesome, man. So your niche is small firm architects and interior design firms and stuff,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Awesome. So, Vineet, if you don't mind sharing, if how did you come across starting a business exclusively for these designers? Like considering your background is in architecture and design as well, how did you transition into this coaching space, and how did you get this idea? If you can just share that, that'll be very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an architect or an interior designer for that fact. Honestly speaking, I'm an aerospace engineer from Amrita University. I graduated in 2013.
Hmm.
Then I joined L&T from campus placements. I worked for 2 months, and I thought this is not for me. I put my papers down. I went traveling. I taught physics as a home tutor.
Hmm.
Okay, so physics, that was my core. I loved physics a lot. So I taught physics. I taught physics to all these 11th and 12th students, made 40 to 50K a month, and I traveled with it.
Nice.
So bundled all those experiences, and through my travel, I learned leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Through my travel, I learned who I am and what my purpose should be. Is my purpose to do this job, or is my purpose to live my life? So the whole idea started then.
Hmm.
Okay, so the whole because I love traveling, and after that, what happened when I came back to Hyderabad? My friend, who was an architect and interior designer, had a lot of trouble in his firm. He was growing massively. He had a lot
Hmm.
of word of mouth clients, and he was really growing, and he didn't know how to handle that. So I had to step in. So when I had to step in, it was not an easy role. So right from site supervisor, I started off as a site supervisor, grew up to operational manager, learned all the way up, and then became a managing partner, where I was handling the whole firm operations as well as project management. And then I learned a few skills there, okay, of how an architecture firm works, how it should function, what are the things that lack in the market, and why is there no value for architects? Because I struggle with value.
Hmm.
Because I was compared by hundreds of others who were doing the same thing, and I did not know how to tell my value up. And it was getting really difficult. And then Corona hit. And then
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we just had plans for the next 5 years, and
Yeah.
everything just toppled down in just a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost 15 odd projects in a day, and clients were not willing to go ahead. They were having that risk factor with them, uncertainty.
Hmm.
So I thought now it's time to do something else. So it's time to stop trading time for dollars. I had to go to my initial idea, hold that thing, and I wanted to live for traveling, and I wanted to meet people, share experiences, and learn from them. Most importantly, because there's so much that I can't learn from books, but I can learn from people. So that's how the idea came up. That's how I chose. That's how I found an opportunity in
Hmm.
the industry that is not there in India. This is the first kind of opportunity that is being available for all the architects in India, actually. So there are only there are only three competitors in the world
Hmm.
who have been doing this. They have been doing it from 2012 and 2013, so they are way ahead of me. So I found that opportunity
Hmm.
that people in the architecture industry have design skills.
Hmm.
They spend around 16 to 15 lakh on education just
Hmm.
to learn architecture, and they go out to get an internship which is free. Maybe they'll be paid 5,000 bucks,
Hmm.
and then they'll join a job which is 25,000 to 30K if you're
Hmm.
starting off. So that's not much, not to
Hmm.
pay your student loan, not to pay your home loan. And why this is happening is because they don't know how to start off, and there's no proper incubator for them to begin from. You
Hmm.
understand? There is no guidance, and no design school teaches you business. So basically, what is the idea is like ये काम नहीं किया तो MBA कर लो types, like you said. You know,
Yeah.
they do the same thing. They go to other countries, do design management and stuff like that, which is more expensive. Now, when I found this opportunity, I was thinking if I would, survive here and all that. But yeah, that's how I found it. But yeah, slowly, I picked up on the confidence. Slowly, I worked on the details, and slowly building it. Right now, it's not even. It's going on. It's still continuing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going good, man. That's what it is about. That's where I got this idea from. I found the opportunity at the right time, I feel.
Absolutely, man. And considering that, you don't have any, like, as you were saying, you didn't do like any architecture course or anything like that. You just like went straight to the field and worked for somebody and grew that company to a level and then use your experience to actually go ahead and use the opportunity that's at hand, which the whole COVID situation happened, by
Yeah.
telling other people and teaching other designers. I think that's like phenomenal, man. So I think this is like a great lesson for anybody who's watching, that you don't necessarily need to, go do those degrees after degrees, and you can actually learn the skill and accomplish the goal. So that's pretty
The only
awesome.
investment is time.
Hmm.
You got to spend time.
But I think that's much more valuable because the things you learn doing the practical stuff, I don't think you can learn it in like books and all that stuff, in my opinion. So
Correct. You're right.
yeah, so
That's
I think
definitely there.
yeah. So when you were like thinking about this and the whole Corona thing happened, how did you come across like UAbility and what happened? Like, if you can just walk people through, like maybe you came
Okay.
across the ad, booked the call, what happened?
My whole search query, I should say where it began, to be very precise, was how do I start an online course or an online business?
Hmm.
Not even a course. I didn't was not even thinking of a course. I was thinking of like a consultant.
Hmm.
Someone who has a skill, but he has his raw skill, but he doesn't know what to do. So I was thinking of how do I start an online business. So I started the research. So I was through that market formula where I was aware that there is a need I have, there's a problem I need to solve, and I went about searching for it.
Hmm.
And in those searches, somewhere I found viewability. I guess I found it through Instagram. I guess
Hmm.
or I don't know. I don't remember where I found it through, but this is the search query. How do I start an online business? That was the search query I had, and that was the only question I had.
Hmm.
So after a few days of searching, I found viewability, and that's when I started getting interested. That's when I saw your funnel, in fact,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking at. Because this is what I had in my mind. This is the exact blueprint. So
Yeah.
I wanted to learn it. I didn't know how to do it. That was something missing,
Hmm.
right? Like even though you have the skill, there is something else. You need something else to go out there. So
Hmm.
that was missing. So and yeah, that's how I found it. Your
Okay.
ability was great. Is great still.
So then you came across maybe an ad or something like that. Then you booked the call and then you decide to join in. As you were telling me earlier that, considering the whole COVID situation happened, things weren't like, super financially great, right? So how did you, number one, convince yourself that, despite the whole situation, I think I should invest in myself. This is the right decision. And secondly, how did you go about convincing somebody, like, let's say, your family member, to actually help you out on this journey? Because a lot of people can't do that. They're like, oh, dad ne bol diya, so I can't actually, go forward. So how did you do these two things?
It's simple. What I did was, firstly, I weighed out so many options.
Hmm.
Like, should I wait it out? Should I spend this time waiting it out? Or should I spend this time learning something? or should I? What is going to make me better is what I was thinking, because the company I had was going down. I could see it. Okay, and it's still functioning right now, but I am not working there as I'm only doing part time. So it was going down, and I was dealing with that kind of a depressed mood. I can't say. And I was also sad. My mind had all these. I was sad. I was angry for Corona. Okay, that it happened. And I was helpless. Okay. But I had one thing. I was hopeful. I knew that, I can find the solution out. So that's why I did those queries, I did those searches, and I convinced myself that this is what I have to do. I believed in myself. Like I had to take that decision. And all I needed was if I can trust you, okay, that was one thing. And secondly, if I can trust myself on doing this job, if I'm taking it up, if I
Hmm.
can finish it, if I can finish it or not was the main criteria. If I'm investing my time and how much time am I going to invest? How much time do I have? You
Hmm.
know. So because once the lockdown was over, the loan repayment started and things like that start, right? Because I have a loan of at least 7 lakh right now, so
Okay.
that I'm repaying interest of 20,000 every month. So that money is really important for me.
Hmm.
So I had a fixed amount of time. These were my constraints. I had a fixed amount of time. I had to get something done, no matter what. I had to start earning, and my savings were getting depleted. And I was sad. I was helpless, and I was very very hopeful. But and that's when viewability. I came across viewability, and it was like a ray of hope. And it was like the exact thing, life is so synchronous, right? When you're looking out for that thing, that
Hmm.
one thing you want, and that exactly appears in front of you,
Yeah. At
you
the
just
right
take it,
time.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so convincing my parents is more easier,
Hmm.
was more easier. I'll tell you why. Because when you have a plan, you don't
Hmm.
go telling out to your parents that, see, I want to do this. You're going to tell them, I will do this. This is what I want to do, and this is the plan.
Hmm.
You get it right? You got to
Yeah.
take these documents and go to them, and you got to tell them this is what I believe in,
Hmm.
this is why I believe in it,
Hmm.
and these are the results I promise myself. So this is how you tell them, and this is how I convinced my parents. Oh,
Right.
and yeah, I have a record of not letting them down before. So
Awesome,
that
man.
also actually is a factor,
Mm-hmm.
that I have taken very risky decisions in my life,
Hmm.
like running away from college. And yeah, and very risky decisions. Like I don't want to get educated. Like I don't want this degree.
Fair.
Random thoughts suddenly popping out, and they were like, "Why?" Because I was like, "This is not life," and things like that. So I had a lot of questions and queries here, forth and back with them, and we had a lot of sit downs and understanding in life. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
because I was very clear that this is not the path I want to go. There was a certain path that was fixed, right? So I don't want to go that way.
Hmm.
So I had a little bit of problem in, initially when I was young to make them understand. Now they believe it. They
Yeah.
believe that you don't need it. They believe it. I've changed their mindset through 7 years, after in 7 years. So that's
Yeah.
what happened in 7 years. So now it's fine. They believe it.
I think it comes from building that trust over that 7 years of time
Right.
that probably helped you out. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So when you were okay, so now you convince yourself, you also convince your parents, but then weren't there like, let's say, other competitors that you considered, or considering that everybody is teaching like online courses and stuff, why do you think you decided to like go with us particularly as compared to, let's say, any other ad or search query that you might have come across?
It's very simple, Rohan. I have an eye for things, okay? I have this eye. So when I see this clean, neat, very crisp ads or non-cluttery, something which has clarity. I'm looking for clarity basically when I'm looking out for something. So if I'm looking for buying a car, I'm not looking to buy a car, but a person who gives me that clarity. Why I
Hmm.
should buy that car. You see, so I think that viewability has given me that clarity through the way it portrays itself, the perception. The perception you're putting out there is the perception of clarity. It's very simple, right? Right now, your ad says, do you want to grow your service firm or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah.
simple one-liner with a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very simple. It gets to it hit me at the right spot in the mind. That's it. And
Hmm.
that is why I chose you. I clicked on you, you know.
Hmm.
And it's very clean. Even the course when I see, right, it's very structured, clean, neat, no clutter. I like
Hmm.
things like that, and I like it very organized. You know,
Hmm.
step by step. You know, so that's what mattered to me most.
Got
It's not
it.
somebody promising me dollars. It's
Hmm.
somebody actually showing me the path.
Hmm. Got it.
That's what actually mattered.
And then when you started, like, let's say, you took the program and then you started with the whole mentorship and everything. How did the journey go about? Like, how was, let's say, week one like for you? How did you go about deselection? What happened next? If you can just share that story as well, that'll be
Yeah.
helpful.
Week one was business foundations, right?
Hmm.
Where we're talking about niche, problem, MVP, and we are talking about business plan
Mm-hmm.
and why we should start an online business. Yeah, week one was very tough. It was
Okay.
actually something that hit me hard,
Hmm.
and I gave up 5 times.
Really?
Yeah, I gave up 5 times in the process
Okay.
where I couldn't break through my own head, you understand, right? Because I
Hmm.
have to shift my mindset, right?
Hmm.
So doing business offline, you know, engaging with people is different, and you know, getting a hang of a whole new process of business building
Hmm.
is something else. Because I wasn't into business building, you know.
Hmm.
For me, it was go on the field, learn, and then implement new processes and systems to make that better. So
Mm-hmm.
in that way, I built it. So I did not have a starting point before.
Hmm.
So I had to come actually to zero, you know, unlearn everything I learned and start from zero. So that was a little difficult, and it was difficult for a good reason because that difficulty gave me the clarity. So that helped me in week two. You know, that gave me the confidence. The first week gave me that confidence that yeah, I have a clarity about my own subject, about why I'm doing this, what am I going to take out there and present, and what are my clients going to get
Hmm.
and what is my plan for my business. I had the basic fundamentals, which are very tough to build, definitely. It takes time, it is not a week's process, I feel. Because though it's week one,
Hmm.
most people I don't think would be able to do in a week because I gave up 5 times and it was wonderful. I'm used to getting it hard generally in life. So for me it was like 2 days of procrastination of not doing anything and then getting back up and
Hmm.
thinking, what am I doing? Why the hell am I doing this? Because I'm living in a room, okay,
Hmm.
and it's between four walls. I'm not meeting friends. I'm just focused on this. So for
Hmm.
me, it's me and the computer and the bed. Me, computer, and the bed. So it's between these three things that I am. So it's very. So I had to balance everything out,
Hmm.
and I had to pull myself together and work it out, and it worked for me.
So in week one, like, what do you think was the challenging part? Was it to find your niche? I think that you already knew a little bit, but was it crafting that offer for them? What was the challenging part?
The most challenging part in week one was defining the problem,
Hmm.
not being in the solution space, but actually shift your mindset to the problem space.
Hmm.
That was more challenging for me.
Hmm.
And I had taken a lot of inspiration from how your course was there, how you modeled your MVP and all that, about
Hmm.
that checkbook idea, the
Hmm.
checkbook idea, right, that you gave. So I had to think about the checkbook idea to convert into a user story, the
Hmm.
problem process into a user story was very tough for me.
Hmm.
But yes, I managed to somehow get through it
Hmm.
because I thought through it, because I searched online a lot, searched my competitors' websites a lot. It was all about desktop study basically,
Hmm.
researching about what people are talking about with the competition, what
Hmm.
problems were they talking about, and what problems do really architects have. And from the experience of seeing my partner,
Hmm.
about how his life was, because his life was not a 9 to 5 job. His life
Hmm.
was very stressful.
Hmm.
So I knew that exact mindset from there also. So I had to club all these three. But imagining all this was easy. Putting them into words was very difficult. Because you
Hmm.
had to find the right kind of words that define that kind of pain and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So that's what took time. But that was the most challenging part for me to convert it into a user story basically. To first
Right.
define the problem and then convert it into a user story. That was the
Right.
most challenging part.
So anybody who's watching who doesn't understand words like problem process and user stories, just to give a little bit clarity on this, what basically Vineet is saying, what a lot of people do is they just like go to the marketplace and then they just try to build a solution. and they don't even know who they are building the solution for, what exactly their problem is, and then that ends up being something that people do not want. And this is what I share in the program, because in 2001, the financial crisis, the dot-com crisis that actually happened, was because people were just building products out of products, but nobody was listening to what people actually want. So Vinny did a fantastic job in recognizing that. And as he's saying that, I think week one, like if you nail it once, then everything like goes smoothly, because then you just have to pick up the phone and just make offers pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So, Vineet, after you completed week one, you moved to week two. Then what happened?
Can you please remind me what was week two? It's my memory
Sales
is
and mindset. So we had some
sales. Yeah, man,
crafting
this
your
is the
script.
most important part. Okay, so see, I have done lots of sales before.
Hmm.
Okay, it's not that I have not done sales and I'm new to sales, but and mindset. Um, I definitely agree that yeah, you have this mindset lecture which is really great, and it helped me a lot in terms of a lot of different aspects. But most of the mindset that I have found in my life, I've gained it practically before I entered business, like with my partner in the forest and through traveling and through writing army exams and clearing SSBs and learning who you are and things like that, and what are leadership qualities and skills. So my mindset was formed way before.
Hmm.
So, but what lacked in me was sales, because though I did a lot of sales, though I talked to a lot of people, though I had a great network, but still, I after reading through the mindset or the sales lecture, I found out that I lack a lot.
Okay.
I found out that I lack a lot, and I had a very wrong perception about sales.
Hmm.
Like you say, that sales is just numbers, right? For me, sales was life.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the perception I had, because if I don't have a sale, I'm
Hmm.
screwed. So sales definitely your 7P sales script that you had taught me.
Hmm.
Really, that itself I think is worth more than $1,000. Honestly telling you, because that makes a lot of impact, and that actually streamlines a lot of things, like the objections you face. It gives you more confidence, and best part is setting your intentions.
Hmm.
That it's like long before in life I learned that if you're given a tree,
Hmm.
if two people are given two trees and they're told to cut the tree in 6 hours,
Hmm.
one guy starts cutting the tree,
Hmm.
and one guy sharpens his axe for 4 hours and then starts cutting the tree,
Hmm.
and he cuts it down in 2 hours. But the guy who does not sharp his axe, he keeps cutting the tree and it goes beyond 6 hours.
Yeah.
So what I understood is setting your intention is something like that. It's like sharpening your knife,
Hmm.
calming down before you fight. It's like properly thinking, having a perfect thought process before you take a sales call.
Hmm.
So I think that made a lot of impact, and that changed the way I looked at sales.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you, the first client I spoke to, the first sales tracking I did, first one, his father did not accept, but he really needed it.
Hmm.
Okay, that was the first thing. But the second two, right, they were smooth. They
Hmm.
were smooth because the sales could work really well. I had all the information beforehand, and I set my intentions right. I did
Hmm.
not take it lightly, you know.
Hmm.
The first thing, even after learning that, right, I was like, no, I'll just try it without it once. You
Hmm.
know?
Makes sense.
Yeah, you got to test it out, right? So I was doing the A/B testing, my friend. So when I'm doing that testing, I found out that it does not work like that. And when
Yeah.
I did the second two, right, I found out that there's a lot of difference how people perceive you when you ask these questions.
Hmm.
Asking the right questions matter, and it's basically like sharpening your axe before you cut down a tree. So the more you sharpen it, the
Hmm.
faster you get it done. It's
Awesome, man.
like cutting down the tree is like a payment for me.
Yeah. Great way to put it, actually. So, how many calls did you do before you actually signed your first client?
Just one.
Okay, so one call you did that didn't convert, and then you did the second call, and that was a sale, right? Okay, so the first call that didn't convert, a lot of people, what they do is like they go into that thinking process that, oh no, there's no demand for my product, I should give up. Okay, so how did you, get that courage that, you know what, I should give this one more shot? It will work. Like, how did you regain that confidence or thinking for yourself?
See, sometimes when that first happened to me, right? it hit me really hard. Okay, I was like, okay, it didn't work out.
Hmm.
So I went to my mother
Hmm.
and I told her because I have a habit of telling something to people first, like to my close people. I set that expectation in the world and I try to beat that expectation
Hmm.
in my personal life.
Right.
You get my point, right? Like
Hmm.
I tell it first. Like I tell them that I'm gonna get 10 clients,
Hmm.
and then I want to beat that expectation because I don't want to make them happy. So in that way, I'm not working for myself, but a greater purpose.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I told this to my mom that I'm gonna have the first call today, and she was like, "All the best," and she was so happy. But
Hmm.
after the call happened, I told her that I did not make it. Then
Hmm.
she was like, "हार मत मानना,
Nice.
आगे का देखो." So that actually helped me. So
Hmm.
sometimes you need to take advice. Sometimes you need to listen to your close ones and
Absolutely.
believe in yourself. That is
Hmm.
the core of all the things in life. I feel that if you don't believe in yourself, then
Hmm.
nobody is going to believe your idea also.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. Nobody
Right.
ever is going to even believe you if you don't believe yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And today, if I could make that sales call after that, that's because I believed in myself and I thought, if the mindset of sales was applied then, right? That if
Hmm.
I don't get this sale, sales is just a number. It's not your life.
Hmm.
Don't look at it like that. Sales is a number. If this sale doesn't happen, then it's the next number. Come on, learn
Hmm.
from it, quick. So it's
Right.
like fail fast. So I
Mm-hmm.
applied it. So that's what would work for me also. It was wonderful
Absolutely,
after
man.
that.
That's really wonderful. So I think the moral is always have your mom by your side.
Yeah.
So
Anybody
yeah,
who can tell you things like these, a positive thing.
yeah. I mean I 100% believe mothers are like your number one fan.
Yeah.
I mean probably when I was like starting out, probably would be my first email subscriber. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's there, and then you signed your client. How much are you pitching your clients? Like, how much are you selling your services or consulting for?
I sell my 5 week course
Hmm.
for 50,000 rupees.
Okay. Awesome.
And I have not faced an objection till now about the price.
So that means we can even raise further.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still not pushing it out through the cold way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm also reading like 5 6 books a week.
Hmm.
Okay, like the recent book I was reading is about content,
Hmm.
where I want to create content. So I'm also reading a lot of things, and I'm also teaching this girl who's my client. So I'm
Hmm.
actually building my course. So that is taking up a lot of time,
Hmm.
because I'm trying to understand. I'm getting feedback from her, so I'm trying to solve her problems. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to get into understand how their psychology is, what kind of questions they might ask
Hmm.
so I'm in that process and I'm really not finding time to push out emails and do the cold approach. But I really do want to do it. I want to completely fulfill that potential and then jump onto ads as quick as possible.
Yeah. When did you sign your first client? Like, was it this month only?
Yeah, this month I signed two.
Okay. So that's like what you just start implementing it properly by going in week 3 this month, and you've already made 1 lakh. So that's
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great and it's a great relief because I've been able to. The most important thing is the responsibility I have of paying my father that 20,000 he took from the bank. Okay, so that is actually keeping me more at peace and more focused at work. So this money is helping me out, you know, realize the importance of money also, and
Mm-hmm.
also helping my parents out in reducing the burden that they have been taking up for my loan, and that's really giving me a good sleep, Rohan. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
it has just helped me really a lot. So even though my targets are really low. Like I thought I'll have only 2 clients a month. I'll just crack 2 clients a month for a few months. I
You
thought I'll,
already did that, man, and it's not even the end of the month. So
and I'm actually having a masterclass tomorrow, hoping to close one more.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
just one more. I have
mm-hmm.
11 people already attending it,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm hoping to close one more, and that'll
Mm-hmm.
be great.
Yeah, man. So I think we need to raise the bar for you. Like that's what happens when you join Elite. Like you come here, okay, I'm gonna make like this much, and then I'm like, no, you make this much.
Rohan, my long-term goals, right, are basically to help my father retire. He works for ISRO, he's a scientist, and I want to help them retire. And my mother also works as a medical transcriptionist. So, a lot of work, and I want to help them retire and actually buy a house in 2 years. So the goal
Hmm.
is 2 crore.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's the
It will happen. I firmly believe in it. And I think what one amazing trick would be, or this is something that I cover in the program as well, if you can attach like emotions to your monetary targets, and just remind yourself every day about them, it just becomes like reality, which,
powerful, right?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and it's already like the world is functioning for you, man. Like in a world where, like, I talk to architects, I talk to a lot of business owners, and because of the pandemic time, things aren't working out great for people. And considering that you came across this at the right time, I mean, we all should count ourselves as like blessed, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's awesome. So, Vineet actually signed his client via LinkedIn, and he hasn't even started, like, properly going into marketing channels that we cover. And forget running ads, like that's also left, right? So, I see Vineet doing easily, yes, his 2 crore target should be accomplished very soon, and we'll be doing another video like this where we'll be
Yeah.
talking about this,
And
right?
I've only finished 51% of my course.
Yeah. So half of my main knowledge is still there, man.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
awesome. So Vineet, if you had to, like, summarize this conversation, and maybe, somebody who's starting out as a coach, or maybe they are getting into the architecture line, what advice would you give to them, knowing what you know now?
I would give them only one advice: take your business online as soon as possible, use funnels, and get your message out there, build your personal brand. Don't be worried about competition because everybody is unique, and you just need to find your unique ability, and you just need to find how can you use that ability and help people,
Mm-hmm.
and if it is useful for the other people, and charge for it, and don't look back, and make sure that your clients are a very important aspect of your life,
Mm-hmm.
and give them full attention, give them all that is required. So UAbility has helped me do all this, change my mindset, make my sales better. Looking forward to actually increase my confidence, looking forward to more clients, and actually building a Udemy course, and a lot of things that I want to do. That has expanded my horizons. Now I can sell a book, I can write a book about the same topic, and I can use the same course to sell the book also,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can do that, and I can start a podcast, and I can run ads for the podcast, right?
Hmm.
Like, I can call on the best architects of India and do interviews with them, and I can get my I can grow bigger because I have a
Mm-hmm.
funnel, I have this, I have that. I can do a lot of things with this one simple course that changed my life. So I have so many ideas that can be implemented into this one single course. It's not just one idea that that I have, and but I'm starting off with this one idea, small, but yeah, but I'm gonna expand it into at least 5 or 6 businesses using the same thing. So it's that powerful. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I summarize it. Basically, powerful. If you
Amazing.
if you have the right mindset, it's powerful. If you have the right goal, if you have the right kind of skill to share, and if you know that will benefit people in the longer run, then yes, it's very powerful. You can use it in a lot of ways that you can't imagine.
Oh, absolutely, man. So you're saying, would you recommend your ability to other people?
Yeah, it's a unique ability that it is. I call it, when I see you ability, I call it unique ability because it gives you that superpower that it helps you sit in your bedroom. Like, I am in my bedroom sitting here, and I made a lakh rupees, man. That was not possible for me. I couldn't even think like that. Like, for me, it is my dad's shocked. He's like, how? He's like, how can you do that? That's
Nice.
because I have a unique ability. That's because I understand myself better. I understand how businesses work. I understand how to live and strive and thrive in the problem space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I understand that feedback is a mechanism that has to happen all the time, and you can't keep, मतलब धक्का लगा तो ऐसा नहीं कि झुक जाओगे, खड़े ही रहोगे. So you got
Yeah.
to be like that. You got to stand up straight, and you got to take dhakka so that you learn better. Every dhakka I got was every time I gave up, and I stood up again to do it. I did it.
Hmm.
So it is just the first time that you fall down. It feels bad, yeah. But I think this unique ability is for everybody who wants to who want to improve their life and and their lifestyle also. Because my lifestyle is going to drastically change. It's not just about money.
Hmm.
It's basically I can get married, I
Hmm.
can have kids, I can buy my own house, and I can live happily sitting in my bedroom and making money. And
Hmm.
that is crazy, man. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
I think the one thing that I really liked about what you're telling is the fact that you are focused on this one in this one room with your laptop and you're just like getting on with the work done.
19 hours a day, Rohan. 19 hours.
There you go, man. So I think, for people who are like, it's like people are like maybe thinking that, oh, he make 1 lakh just by like, doing stuff on the computer or whatever. The fact is, no, like this is what went in, and a lot of gurus out there would be like, oh no, this is gonna be all freedom based. You just work like 1 hour and you'll be like a millionaire or something.
Oh no.
This is proof of that. If you put in the
19
work,
hours.
you get the result, and slowly gradually this will compound over time and this will become even larger, right?
Yeah, it's basically the compounding effect with, you know, definitely the compounding effect with a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Your prime focus should not be anything else. No
Mm-hmm.
distractions.
Yeah.
You cannot distract. You got to get up every waking hour. You must consistently work, gain knowledge, and
Mm-hmm.
implement it immediately. It's not. You can't wait. Like you
Exactly.
can't wait.
Exactly, man.
Action must be right now. Otherwise, no matter how many times you read the lecture, there's no use. Because
Hmm.
in fact, I have read one lecture for three or four times.
Hmm.
So one video I used
Hmm.
to do 3 or 4 times over a period of 2 or 3 days. Again
Hmm.
and again, I used to do it so that
Hmm.
I understand every little word. You understand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I
Absolutely.
don't miss anything. Yeah, so that's what I had to do, and I still do it. 19 hours,
Hmm.
I still do 19 hours. Wake up at 3 in the morning and start working. Take a break at 11, 7 or 8. Have breakfast, take a bath, freshen up, and all that stuff, and then sit back for work. 12 o'clock lunch, 5 o'clock tea. No sleeping in between. No extra eating. No overeating. Stay healthy. Eat home food. Work, work, work. That's it. And focus on the program.
If you continue doing this for like a year, I can promise you, bro, this is going to be like
We will,
very
man, together.
transformational. Yeah, absolutely, man.
We will together.
Absolutely, man. 100%. Cool. So, Vineet, thank you so much for, taking out your valuable time and doing this quick interview with me. And hopefully this has inspired a lot of other people. And Vineet, if let's say somebody is an architect or a designer watching this video, how can they find out, let's say they want to take your course and maybe want to learn more about you? How can they get in touch with you?
It's simple. They can go onto my website, watch my VSL video, and apply.
Okay. So what I'll do is, what's your website, by the way?
10xarchitect.com. Rohan, I have taken down the video actually because I'm doing some edits.
Okay.
So once that edits are done, I'm gonna upload it again.
Okay.
So, but I haven't used the funnel till now.
Yeah, sure. No worries. So you can also find Vineet Kumar on Facebook. What I'll do is I'll just drop your Facebook link or LinkedIn link in the description. So anybody wants to contact you, they can actually reach out, right?